Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to 3 News Now. Today is Tuesday, March 29th. I'm Stephanie Haney here with your top stories from WKYC.com and our WKYC app. Thank you for joining me here for the stories that matter most to you here in Northeast Ohio, the stories that you all are clicking on, sharing, and reading from the website and the app. We start with alarming news out of Lorain County Community College. This is the third time in the last week that there has been a bomb threat causing the campus to be completely evacuated. It was tweeted today by Lorain County Community College at about 9:17 a.m. Bomb threat on campus, evacuate immediately. Our campus has received another non-specific bomb threat. Please evacuate the campus immediately. Law enforcement is on campus. Now, we did learn that this bomb threat came in electronically and police have been on the scene. Lorain County Community College had 2 separate evacuation orders last week for different bomb threats that were reported on Thursday and also on Friday. And previously, police had said that there was an investigation underway looking into the allegation of making terroristic threats, which, by the way, that is a 3rd-degree felony. Now we have some news out of Akron. There's an Akron man who confronted a 16-year-old boy and shot him multiple times early this morning. This is after the man has accused the teen of breaking into his home. That's according to the Akron Police Department. They said officers were called to the scene. This happened on Johnston Street early this morning before 7:30 a.m. First aid was given to the teen. Emergency medical services arrived, and he was taken to Akron Children's Hospital in stable condition. That's the important information there, in stable condition. Police said the investigation is ongoing into the circumstances, and those circumstances will be further evaluated to determine if or when charges might be applied. Now, if you are someone who might have information regarding this, you're asked to please call the Akron Police Department Detective Bureau. That phone number is 330-375-2490. And here's just a reminder, people that do provide that information, if they have any to provide, can remain anonymous. Now let's take a look at what's happening internationally. Russia is now saying that it will cut back on troops near Ukraine's capital as peace talks continue there. So Russia's deputy defense minister said that Russia has decided to fundamentally cut back operations near the capital and another major city. And the point of this is to increase mutual trusts as both countries, according to what Russian officials are saying, are looking to end the fighting. Alexander Fomin said Russian forces would cut back military activity in the direction of Kyiv and Chernihiv, 2 major cities in Ukraine. Now, this is after today when there was another round of peace talks between Russia and Ukraine in Istanbul. This appears to be the first time Russia is willing to make a major concession since the beginning of the invasion of Ukraine, which happened more than a month ago now. So more than a month of sustained fighting in Ukraine. The Ukrainian General Staff of the military said earlier that it had noted withdrawals around Kyiv and Chernihiv. We'll continue to keep you updated as more information becomes available about the situation on the ground in Ukraine as Ukrainians continue to fight off Russian invasion. Here's some news for people who have had their booster shot of the COVID-19 vaccine. The FDA has now authorized another booster of the COVID vaccine for people 50 and up. This happened today, so that means people age 50 and older can now get a 4th COVID-19 vaccine shot. The FDA's decision opens this up, so it would be either the Pfizer or the Moderna vaccines for people who are at least 4 months past their booster shot. Okay, so they had previously said you get your booster shot 4 months past your initial full COVID-19 vaccine. Well, now this additional booster 4 months past that. So you're looking at a 4-month timetable beyond that initial complete dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. Until now, the FDA had cleared 4th doses for people 12 and older who have severely weakened immune systems. The agency says that this is an especially fragile group. And by the way, that especially fragile group of people 12 and older who have severely weakened immune systems, they're also cleared for a 5th booster shot, presumably 4 months later. Now, there's been a lot of conversation about what is going on with the Cleveland Browns signing Deshaun Watson from the Houston Texans, and today Andrea Thome is weighing in on that. She is the wife of Cleveland Guardians, then, the previous name, Hall of Fame first baseman Jim Thome. And so she tweeted out today that they had canceled their Browns season tickets. Here's exactly what Andrea Thome tweeted. Officially canceled our Browns season tickets today and asked for a refund as they were paid in full. Very sad after 40 years as a fan, but this is my line in the sand. I believe women, especially when there are 22 of them. That press conference did nothing to change my mind. They may not give us a refund, but I sent the letter today. If Browns won't refund, I will auction off every single game and publicly donate every cent to different women's crises charities in Northeast Ohio, raising awareness week by week during the season. So let's get you up to speed on exactly what's happening here. Deshaun Watson is now subject to 22 civil lawsuits alleging various different types of harassment and sexual misconduct and sexual assault. He has claimed that he has not done any of the things that he is accused of doing. He said in a press conference that he has never harassed or mistreated a woman, and he said that his mother and his auntie did not raise him to do that. Now, on the criminal side of things, he has been subject to 2 grand jury trials. This is the point at which they decide whether to charge someone with a criminal act. These were both in Texas. They were in different counties. Both of those grand juries declined to charge him formally on the charges that were brought forth against him. But here's something that I want to make very clear from a legal perspective. As an attorney, I think it's important to point out a lot of people are talking about him being cleared of charges. You don't really get cleared of charges unless there is a criminal trial, because double jeopardy, the point at which you can't be tried again for the same situation, that doesn't come into play until there is a criminal trial. And a grand jury trial is not that. It does not meet that threshold. So keep that in mind moving forward. There is no double jeopardy protection. Should new evidence come forward, it is possible he would face new charges if new allegations are made by new people. If some of those other 22 women, because not all of them had filed criminal charges against Deshaun Watson, if some of them do choose to file criminal charges, he could be subject to another grand jury investigation, another grand jury trial. So keep that in mind as we move forward in the situation with Deshaun Watson. Of course, we'll be covering what happens with those civil lawsuits as well. Now, the Cleveland Cavaliers had a big announcement today. Since the NBA approved sponsorship patches on jerseys, the Cavaliers have represented Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company, but starting next season, they will have a different patch. This patch will be for Cleveland Cliffs Incorporated. They're taking over for the 2022-2023 campaign. So this will be on the left shoulder of each uniform. A little bit about the company. It was founded as Cleveland Iron Company in 1875, and it's been recognized as the largest and oldest independent iron ore mining company in the U.S., and the largest flat-rolled steel company and the largest iron ore pellet producer in North America. That's according to the company's website. Now, it costs a pretty penny to get this kind of marketing position on the Cleveland Cavaliers uniform. According to multiple reports, the Cavs' previous sponsorship deal with Goodyear was worth an estimated $10 million per year. Not total, per year. We don't know the financial terms of this partnership between the Cavaliers and the Cleveland Cliffs, but safe to say it is a pretty penny. And it's a bit of an end of an era for Geraldo Rivera. He is ending his Cleveland show on WTAM 1100 on the radio. That final show, after 4 years on the air, will be this Friday. He said that he will be airing that show Friday, April 1st, and in a post on the website, WTAM said this is because of an increased travel schedule for Geraldo for the Fox News Network and other additional products. The show has aired from 9 to 10 a.m. Eastern on weekdays since September of 2018, and Friday will be the final farewell from Geraldo Rivera in Cleveland. Now, if you watched the Oscars on Sunday, you saw that slap from Will Smith after Chris Rock had made a joke at the expense of Jada Pinkett Smith. And as a result of that, perhaps, ticket sales are up for Chris Rock. Now, he has stayed pretty silent on this slap. The LAPD said that they are aware of the situation, and if someone wanted to come in and file a police report, they certainly could, but that has not happened. But ticket prices, ticket sales, they have increased since that day for Chris Rock. And he'll be here in Cleveland, by the way. He'll be here on June 16th at Playhouse Square with his Ego Death Tour. Now, if you missed the joke, here's what happened. Chris Rock shouted out Jada from the stage. She said, "I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it." making a reference to the fact that Jada Pinkett Smith's head is shaved at the moment. Now, she has been very open about her hair loss and her sensitivity around that issue because of alopecia. She was not pleased with that joke. You could see it all over her face. It looked like Will Smith laughed maybe a little bit uncomfortably when the joke was made, but then a moment later we saw him get on stage and slap Chris Rock. Chris Rock did not escalate the situation, but then we saw Will Smith get up just a couple minutes later and thank the Academy for his first Oscar win and said that it was not representative of the man that he wants to be. So he did apologize. He was very tearful. He said that he was out of line over the situation. A lot of people surprised about that. There are a lot of layers to this, okay? A lot of people saying this is not a conversation for everyone to be weighing in on because there is a lot of emotion wrapped up. There's a bit of a history between Chris Rock and Jada Pinkett Smith. Past jokes at the Oscars in 2016 actually had made a joke at Jada Pinkett Smith's expense. A lot of conversations about violence and attributing violence to love. Conversations there, complicated conversations about black people and their hair and the relationships that they have there. So suffice it to say, they are handling it. It's being handled, but Jada Pinkett Smith has spoken on this, at least appearing to do so on Instagram on today. The first thing she said was that this is a season for healing and she is here for it. So very succinct. From what we understand, Sean Diddy Combs said that there was a conversation between Will Smith and Chris Rock. And according to him, the situation seems to be under control. So I'll leave it there. The conversation's being had between the people directly involved. Bringing it back home to Northeast Ohio here, Michael Simon has officially opened his second Mabel's Barbecue location. It's at the Eaton Chagrin Boulevard in Woodmere. We've got photos of that as well. This used to be a B spot, so the B spot closed. The team has been working around the clock to get it renovated and changed into a Mabel's Barbecue, and it is now open. It officially opened last weekend, so they are open throughout the weekend. Thursday is when they open for the week. Check that out. We've got the details on WKYC.com. They've got all kinds of smoked meats, brisket, kielbasa, pork ribs, lamb shank, signature cocktails, craft beer, all kinds of good stuff there. And we have to say congratulations to an Ohio therapy dog becoming the next Cadbury Bunny for their iconic commercial. A very good dog, an Ohio pup named Annie Rose, a very hardworking little sweetie. This is a therapy dog out of Cincinnati. And what she had been doing with owners, dressed up in costumes, visited people during the COVID-19 pandemic through the windows, making sure that people still got that time even when we had to be apart. So congratulations to Annie Rose for winning. There'll be a $5,000 cash prize for Annie Rose family. And then she helped raise $20,000 for the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. And before we go today, I just want to make one more mention of another very good boy. I want to say thank you to everyone who has reached out over the past couple of days. If you've been following me on social media, if you're watching this on Instagram or on Facebook, you might be aware of my sweet little puggle, Harry Winston. And this week, Harry Winston, at the age of 13 years and 4 months, he said goodbye. And I want to thank everyone who took the time to reach out and send a sweet message. He was a very good boy, and we were very lucky to have him for the time that we had. And all of those messages meant so much to me. So thank you to everyone. I was very lucky to be able to share him with all of you on What's New and on social media and in person if you got the chance to run into us downtown. So thank you all for that. And that's it for your 3 News Now update today for Tuesday, March 29th. I will see you back here tomorrow for more 3 News Now.